Okay, a couple things. First off, let me give a lot of credit to NIU and Coach Bruno. I think he does a great job. They got a great program, and they're very well coached, and they got a lot of good players. And we had to fight our way to win that game, and that's a credit to Coach Bruno and his staff and their team. Secondly, obviously it was a great first half for the first 18 minutes defensively. I felt the last 2 minutes defensively. I felt the last 2 minutes defensively and the first 5 minutes defensively. The second half, we weren't, we allowed them as much as we weren't scoring. We didn't get stops, and we hang our hat on the defensive end, as everybody knows. Now, we ended up holding the 26% from the field and 20 from three, and we had 8 3-stops in a row. But there was a stretch there where it got, we just weren't getting it done on the defensive end. And third, Doug and Ken, good to see the AJC here. That was really hurtful. Yeah, you too. So all three, it was good to see the AJC. You guys missed the press conference the other day. And I actually said for Ken to write me an apology from letterhead from the AJC. I haven't received it yet. So we're still waiting on that.
I did ask my boss if he wanted me to come.
No, that's okay. And then fourth, I got 2 other things, and then we'll go back to basketball. Because David Rowland and his wife is his 38th anniversary. Make sure you let him know that I gave a shout out to David Rowland. 38th wedding anniversary, and Abu Malik's birthday's tomorrow. So make sure. And he said he's been celebrating. He's not 38, but he's been celebrating it all week. So you make sure I gave them both the shout out. And fifth and last final thing, where's Mike Flynn at? Mike Flynn's daughter. What award did she get, Mike? She was named All-State. Yeah, so give Mike give a round of applause for that. That's really a great honor. So I wanted to make sure that I gave that shout out, and he should be a proud father and for that. And all of her athletic talent is from her mother. Has nothing to do with Mike Flynn. That is for certain. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I hope not. I mean, at this point, come on, Mike's my guy. So yeah. But anyway, but the game overall, we found a way to get a win, and you go in there, and I told the guys at halftime, like, we've got to be ready to, they're going to come out ready to go, and we can't have ourselves, lackadaisical. And to their credit, they came out firing, and we just didn't do a good job defensively to start that second half. Now, we won the game and pulled away because of defense. We gave up too many offensive rebounds. Javon Franklin was outstanding, had a double-double plus 5 blocks. His activity, I thought Davon Smith was really good in the first half, just playing the right way. And so anyway, that's on to, we're 3-0, and you celebrate the wins and don't take them for granted, and winning's hard. And Simon, that'll be for Joel. You make sure you tell Joel I said winning's hard. He's tired of me saying that. So winning's, tell Joel I said that 5 times already. Yeah, so make sure you tell him I said that. So, okay, fire away.
One of the things you told Ken of the AJC yesterday was about limiting offensive rebounds. The Huskies did get 20, but converted to only 6 points and missed like 17 layups.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about that, or happy that the defense was able to recover?
Well, I think, yes. One is we spent a lot of time on rebounding. I'm really disappointed on our defensive rebounding tonight. Now, a couple of them, they had a bad bounce that they got, but there's a few of them where we just didn't do a good enough job. They just beat us to the ball. They just beat us to the 50-50 ball, and we've got to clean that up. We've spent so much time on that. Rebounding just gives us coverage and insurance when things are not going well on both sides, defensively and offensively. And it was really, even though we out-rebounded by 1 today, it was really disappointing in our defensive rebounding. Now, we did a good job that we didn't just stop playing when they got the ball, but they just beat us to the defensive glass, and we have to be better about that. And that is something that we talk about, practice, emphasize, reinforce, is defensive rebounding, and it's just the physicality and getting a hit-first mentality. So we've got to be better on that. There's no doubt about that. That is a concern.
We talked yesterday about defense, and you said so far you were pleased with the defense. Tonight, points per possession, I think it was .704, so I imagine you
Yeah, our goal is to hold the teams to 0.95 points per possession. The first 2 games we played, we held them to 0.85, which is outstanding. Obviously, I didn't know what the points per possession the stat is yet, but if that's what it is, if it's under even 0.85, that's great. Our goal defensively is to hold them to 0.95 or under. Offensively, we want to be 1 or 1.05 above on the offensive end points per possession. So now we only had 11 turnovers again. We've done a good job taking care of the ball, and but the rebounding aspect, to your question, going back to that, it's just we've got to be better on that. We just didn't do a good enough job there, and that's something we got to be better at. And now we signed the bubble. Like, the bubble is a big thing to us. And if you get 4 offensive rebounds or 6 defensive rebounds or 10 total, you get the privilege to sign the bubble. Because in practice, we put the bubble up where you can't make the shot, and so it's automatic rebound, so it forces you to hit guys and have contact. And so we do that a lot in our practice, even with hitting the bags. And that's why I was disappointed in giving up that many offensive rebounds to the opponent. Credit to NIU, because we spent a lot of time with the bubble. We practice a lot with the bubble. And now we had Javon got assigned the bubble because he had 5 offensive rebounds, 6 defenses, which equaled 11. And Davon had the privilege of signing the bubble because he had 7 defensive rebounds tonight.
Oh, sorry. Looking the way the game played out, Rodney, I think he played like 9 minutes. He was ineffective and in foul trouble. Second game in a row where he's not probably delivered what you expected. Just does it a sign more of the depth of your team that you didn't have to go to him and you were able to get through with Jalen and Javon instead of Rodney?
Yeah. No, Rodney's is really good for us. We're really counting on him. Yes, he kind of both. Today he really didn't get in rhythm with foul trouble, and it was just one of those things. He just didn't get in rhythm, and Javon played great. The game, but I will say Georgia State, maybe there were some early turnovers, but once he settled in, he was really good for us defensively late, Kelly. So he really did some big things for us to help us win the game late and had some big rebounds against Georgia State. He just didn't get himself in rhythm tonight, and that happens. But as I said, we have more than 5 starters. The star of our team is the team. We've got great depth, which is a great thing, and it can be any group of 5 or any individual that can step up for that night. And that's kind of how our team's going to be throughout this season.
You had 2 or 3 scoring droughts in that second half. What did you see that went into those droughts? Was it dribbling the ball too much? Not moving it?
No, it wasn't as much move. I just thought like we went off on 1-foot layups. They tried to weak it or down it on some of the ball screens, force it in a direction, and we were jumping off of 1 foot, or we broke a play off when we didn't need to. There was a shot or 2 that I didn't like, but part of it is we didn't get stops. We were defending at a high level, and our defense wasn't performing at a high level, so we weren't able to get stops and go in transition. We are best when we're trying to play faster and get more possessions and play more up tempo, but we've got to get stops and go, and that's when we were at our best. In that stretch when we couldn't score and got stuck on 44, we weren't getting any stops, and that's not who we are. Great job, by the way, on the article with Jose.
Thank you.
Yeah, how about Jose? Man, what a good player he is.
He's been fun to watch.
Yeah, but great job with the article on Jose. That's good for recruiting too, so thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep.
You guys had 10 blocks on the day. I know you talked about how you guys didn't rebound as great, but what did you think of the blocks in general?
Well, great. I love the block shots. There's a time or 2 I even got on Javon where he didn't go up and get it, but him and Davon had 8. Jalen combined. Jalen had 2. So I'm all about shot blocking, and for us, we need to have somebody on the all-defensive team. Last year was the first time in my time that we didn't have shot blocking and we didn't have someone on the all-defensive team. And that can't be who we are, and so we've got to affect the plays above the rim, and we've got to rebound the ball, but we've got to have a lot of guys in contention for all defensive in the ACC. That's important for us.
We talked about obviously I told you didn't know about the 3 in a row. You break that today. How's it feel to kind of start the season with 3 wins? I mean, it's been a struggle since you've been here.
No, I mean, Kelly, we've talked about this a bunch. One awesome thing about our team our program since I've been here is we've really gotten better as the year has gone on, but we have not started well. So it'd be nice if we can continue to get better, but include that with a good start. So to start out 3-0 is a good way, and we got a really great opportunity and a great test on Monday night against Utah and a Pac-12 team, and we'll have to be really good playing against them down in Fort Myers. And so we just got to keep getting better, and being 3-0 beats the alternative.
Anything else? Ken, you want to wrap this up?
I guess to that end a little bit, you were mentioning the points per possession. I think you were .93
Offensively?
offensively.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Right. I mean, you must feel like there's a lot more to go to
Yeah.
be playing the teams are going to be playing pretty soon.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Ken. Defensively, I think our defense right now is ahead of our offense. And, the thing with the points per possession offensively, Ken, is, we're not, like, turning it over a lot. I mean, considering the amount of possessions, 11's not bad because, you want to obviously have less than that, but in that range, because they came in forcing teams into 15 turnovers a game. So, but we've got to be better offensively. And, now we had some great looks today that missed, and so we just got to keep cleaning some things up, and we'll continue to get better. That is an area that we can continue to get better, to making sure that we're better in what we need to do on that.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks everybody.